Amandla, the high power, Archangel Raziel. Amandla makhulu. Mlaleli, esimene sakho sokuthola umsebenzi sebhizinisi sezezimali. Angithi usunawo umdonso wemali, uthathe ugeze ngawo and command Archangel Raziel power. Konke lokhu ukwenza ngo-11 ebusuku ubone amandla kamoya e-Archangel Raziel esebenzelana nomdonso wemali. Sithinte ku 063 689 8922. Shintsha impilo yakho namhlanje ngomdonso wemali namandla ka-Archangel Raziel.
Siyabingelela Babu Dokotela, Babu Seers, Babu Jabulile. Today we are coming with the English version that we were doing it last year. Thank you.
Good morning and welcome to everyone listening to Babu Dokotela today. We are sitting here with your host, Babu Dokotela, the lover of wisdom, the University of Life. Babu Dokotela, greetings once more.
We greet people. We greet first viewers. We greet you. You are welcome. Especially in the Bombo, Northwest Botswana, you are welcome.
Thank you very much, Dokotela. Today we'll be discussing something a bit scientific, Seers 1749. We'll be discussing galaxies. Hey,
we have to explore galaxies because people have been aging that. Babu Dokotela, why don't you type on the knowledge of astronomy?
Unfortunately, I'm not a scientist, but we are going to
discuss
this deeply. Babu Dokotela, I want you to shoot straight to umdonso wemali. Your thoughts about umdonso wemali. What is umdonso wemali? How does it work?
Umdonso wemali. We have to describe it because people, they always got the mentality that anything that is portrayed by inyanga, it has to do with this ikopo or something that we use for skin cutting, call it patsa in sort of ukcabanga in Sizulu. Umdonso wemali, it comes in a form of powder. It's a powder that we use for bathing, especially when you want to attract fortunes related to money, jobs, adoration. If you want people to prefer you compared to anyone else, you use umdonso wemali. Especially when you attract money. That is why we name it umdonso wemali, because it's more for people who want to be liquid in terms of attracting a lot of money. Either we are selling or you are doing something online or you are gambling. Literally, you need what is called umdonso wemali. The effective price currently is sitting at 2,000 Rand. And we are not going to shy away from 2,000 Rand. Thank you.
Thank you, Babu Dokotela. People says a friend in need is a friend indeed. And inyanga is someone people always need. So, will you recommend someone to be a friend of inyanga or inyanga to be a friend of clients?
That's a good question. Inyanga and a pastor, they rally on the same platform, but different bubbles. We are saving in our own bubbles, but we are doing almost the same thing. To be a friend of a pastor or a pastor becoming a friend of a congregation member, it does not work correctly because we regard you as a father of the church, not a friend of the church.
You are a father figure.
Now you're just a father figure. Now you are reducing your status to a friendship. The same thing applies to you and Inyanga. Inyanga is regarded as a mentor, especially. Mentor in terms of idlos, spiritual matters. And now if that particular person becomes your friend, which means that mentorship, you lose it completely. That leadership, you lose it completely because you entrusted him with things that are secret, like you share your dreams with him. Your dreams may be embarrassing, and now he has to illustrate that, and now he's keeping your secret. And then you tell that person again, you make him your friend or making her your friend. It does not work like that. And then secondly, Inyanga are the rare breed. They're very rare. They are rare breed because they, like in soldiers, they got what you call rare figures, like special forces. Yes. Inyanga are the rare breed, and then their mentality is different. Very different, and then they don't think the way you think. That is why I consider it toxic to be a friend of Inyanga.
It's toxic.
Just very, very toxic. Very, very toxic. You may lose your wife while you consider Inyanga as your friend. And then you may lose your husband while you consider that Sangoma as your friend. You keep on sending your husband to collect things, and then you may lose something. That is why just keep that relation apart and allow me to eat my food.
Yeah, it's a breakfast and lunch at the same time. It's brunch.
It's brunch.
Thanks, Babu Dokotela. Babu Dokotela, we grew up in KZN. Growing up, there was a lot of attacks, violence, and all that. People used to say, I survived bullets because of this muti I'm using. Will you recommend someone to use a bulletproof muti
For protection.
for protection? Yeah.
Let's do this. If you suspect or you think that you've got enemies or there are people that may be interested to kill you or to harm you or to take things that are available to you, instead of using moti not to get shot, I'm not against it, but I'm advising. Do not take me wrong, I'm advising. Me as Babu Dokotela, I strongly advise a person who comes to me for a bulletproof protection that I'm not going to use that moti, but I'll give you something. I'll put something in your body that will deter your enemies. Deter is very important. You should not meet your enemies. When they are coming, you'll be leaving. When you are leaving, they'll be coming. Simple as that. Always do not meet your enemies because your enemies are toxic people. Then don't come in contact with them. At all times, we as Izinyanga, we've got umuti that if your enemy is so agile, is so searching to kill you, then enemy must die in his sleep. He must sleep and then never wake up again. That is umuti. So that we just repel the enemy to die wherever he is, or he must die in a car accident, or he must shoot himself. He must just feel an anger, shoot himself, or jump over the building or a bridge, but never come in contact with your enemy. Your enemy are just toxic people that you don't want to see. Rather than using umuti for you not to get shot, just use umuti to deter or repel your enemies. Simple as that, so that you always live in peace. Because when your enemies come in your birthday and don't disturb everybody firing bullets here, they may harm someone else, knowing very well you cannot get shot. But make sure that just use muti to repel your enemies. Simple as that, not to prevent you not to get shot. Babu Dokotela says that.
Thank you very much, Babu Dokotela. Now, let us compare and contrast and give similarities, if there is any, between wealth and riches. Some people are rich, some are wealthy. Where does it differ, if there is any difference?
Yeah, it's very important because people, anyone, let me correct this, anyone who is 50 years now, if you are 50 years today, there is no way that you can do anything that can lead you to wealthy. Because wealthy is an elite community in the world. It's an elite, it's very, very top secret people. Are people that they know each other, they speak their terms, they speak their language, they communicate to each other. Those are wealthy people. Wealthy people, they don't buy brand new cars. Reason why? They make those cars for rich people to buy. Wealthy people do not sleep in hotels or go in expensive restaurants. They prepare those restaurants for rich people to go because they're already wealthy. They were once rich, but now they are wealthy. They make things for rich people to use, to procure all those things. And those people are wealthy. Wealthy people don't have tenders. Tenders are for rich people or people who are trying to be rich, ending up dying poor. Because any instrument that you'll be using in a construction, you'll be using cement, anything that you're tapping into is for wealthy people. They designed all that. Anything that you'll be using, even a tar that you are laying, it is for them. You're buying it from them. Which means there's this vast difference. And then rich people, they like to express themselves. When they wear a jacket, they shoot the jacket. When they buy a car, they visualize themselves, proving that I am rich. If they travel to Dubai, they'll send you a ticket to prove that literally I'm boarding to Dubai Airline
in a business class
because they are rich. But wealthy people do not use business class. Let me correct the spelling. Reason why? They fly their own
private jets.
Oh, because they are wealthy. That is different. Because if you are trying to pushing the envelope, wanting to be wealthy, there is nothing you can do. Anything that you can push, and it can lead you to prison because you'll be committing a crime, chasing the shadows. Babu Dokotela, Babu says,
Thanks, Babu Dokotela. Babu Dokotela, it's been proven that the workers in the social and economic ladder are moving one step forward and two steps backward. And hence, Babu Dokotela has come up with something so-called isithwalo sabasebenzi to avoid them to die poor.
You know what I'm eating here? I'm eating yesterday's food because my children don't eat leftovers. That is not important. Important, I'm using left hand.
You are left-handed.
Left-handed. You know what is the meaning of this? I am a member of the secret society. If you're eating with this hand,
Okay.
because we are the rare breed, we are 13% globally. We are permanently disabled and then we cannot be cured.
And there's no pension for that.
There is no pension.
It's a bit unfair, eh?
Yes. When you study of psychology or anthropology, it tells you that. There is a question that you'll ask at varsity. Who are the permanently disabled people who are 13% globally? And you must tell that those are the left-handed people, including Babu Dokotela.
Okay.
You must tell them that, including Babu Dokotela.
He's left-handed.
But we are very rare.
Yeah, your power is where your heart is.
Even the brain is capsized. Even that when you are learning to drive, your principal must be able to understand that you are not right like him. And then the way you reverse, and then so awkward. Because cars are only made for right-handed people, not left-handed people.
Oh, yes.
Okay, let's go to isithwalo sabasebenzi. That is very fascinating. Isithwalo for abasebenzi. Number one, who conduct isithwalo sabasebenzi? Do not undermine this. Anyone who practices that, he is the son of the devil. The reason why, if you want to practice isithwalo sabasebenzi, which means you are harnessing certain souls to be poor forever. This is how you practice isithwalo sabasebenzi. Let's say you got like 25 people working for you in 2 different branches, or up to like 60 people working for you in 3 different branches. When it's your birthday, you must collect them. Wherever they are, they must do half day. Like they must finish at 2 o'clock because there will be a big party at Sentin. And then that party will be in a park. And there will be enough booze, alcohol. Even more fire should be there. Can more fire be there?
More fire? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. We'll speak to DJs whether he can able to supply more fire for people who are going for parties. Which means we must organize a huge party, sound, everything, light, and then make sure that there is enough booze, there is enough alcohol. You must bring it, but it must be clean. But the trap is here. Anyone who did not attend that party, he or she must tell you why. Because she came to work and she's supposed to finish at 6 o'clock, but to allow her to stop working at 2 o'clock so that he or she can attend the party. And that person consider that person as a traitor and dismiss that person if you're conducting that trial. This is how you do it. You gather your workers, they come in a party, there's enough music, pay artist, and then make sure that artists, they can only drink beverages, soft drinks. And thereafter, you'll be bringing meat from home, sausages, lamb, beef, whatever you think. But when they bring that meat, it will come slippery like as if it has been marinated with something. Do you know what is that? When you're going to do that, we have to steam with some moti, with some animal fats. But the fat number one, it is pork, it is bagwanda. Bagwanda is so-called klamo. It is Savannah monitor. Savannah monitor is called imbunu. And then you must also put python fat when we are steaming with umuti. We're going to steam with mushonga. And when you finish, you're going to drink some and then vomit. When you finish to vomit, you're going to vomit, mix it together with this. And then make it a concoction. Put it in a bucket. Last but not least, you must organize from the mortuary the water that was used to wash the dead bodies. And then you must put like half a liter there. And then take this meat, dip it over there, and then remove it and go feed these people who work for you. Those people will be so disciplined and so soft, you will do whatever you want. And thereafter, you must speak to the nearest insurance broker and order that insurance broker to come and help them to join the Burial Society. The reason why, every year to 18 months, someone has to leave the factory through death.
Must ascend to glory.
Yes, because this spirit will be starting to eat from them. If they don't die, one of their family members will die.
In every 1 year to 18 months.
1 year to 8 months, someone has to die, either within the family or outside the perimeter. But there is a catch. Let me correct this thing. There is a catch. If there is a born-again staff member, the staff member will faint, will be subjected to an ambulance and rushed to the hospital. And that matter, it leads that should be escaping this covenant. The spirit will never enter because of the covenant, because to be in Christ is a covenant on its own. And then you cannot clash this covenant without the permission of that subject. And that person will faint. That person will have a serious medical condition. That person will start to vomit without anything. And then that person will rush to hospital, which means that person only will be saved. And the rest will be able to be joined to the secret society, where they'll be asked to eat this. And then you'll be filthy, filthy rich through the blood of the poor people and then awakening their souls. Babu Dokotela, thank you.
Thank you, Dokotela. Dokotela, can inyanga help you acquire immense wealth when you bring is either a sheep or a goat? Is it possible?
Do not undermine the goat. Just do not undermine the goat. Number one, I'll tell you the spirit that is within the sheep one day. No, today. We have to know. The goat, has a spirit possessed of Azazel. And then when you come to us as a Zinyanga, when we ask you to bring a goat, we are not telling you the truth that we want to invoke the spirit of Azazel to make you rich. What about the sheep? The sheep is a spirit of God, Umra. Who's this one? Umra is a sun god. He lives within the sheep. And then we operate according to the spirit. If you're using Umra, we're using a sheep. If we want to use Azazel, we'll use a goat. But believe you me, the goat, it is so important. The goat is very important when it comes to tapping into the immense wealth. And sun god Umra, of which will be a sheep, is so important. When you want to tap into the immense wealth, bring one of those. We will give you what you want. The spirit that will give you immense wealth. Thank you.
Thanks, Babu Dokotela.
I'm not going to stop eating.
Now, in closing, I want you to speak science. Seers 1749 galaxy. Babu Dokotela, what is your understanding of the Big Bang Theory?
Big Bang Theory. Okay, Big Bang Theory, God did not create world because there was just an accident and something exploded. That's what devil tells his children.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is what he feed them. He feed them poison.
And call it science.
According to the Space Web satellite, it's one of the satellites that has been expensive. It costed $10 billion US. It took like 30 years to put it together. But now we got a proof. We got a proof now. Big Bang Theory is a lie. We got what you call blue planet, planet Uranus. According to the study, we were told that it has 7 rings. It's a blue planet. But today we're aware that it has 9 rings, and the planet is not blue anymore. It's just a gas on top of it, of which like an atmosphere, and the planet is frozen ice.
God.
And then, according to Big Bang Theory, we only assume that it's just a gas planet, and then it's small. No, it's not. It's not a gas. It is a planet that is as a frozen ice. But let's go to Seers 1749. It's a galaxy on its own.
Sure.
It is a galaxy on its own. It's about 400 million years old. And the question is, after the Big Bang Theory, this galaxy, where does it come from? Because all galaxies are 13 billion. Where does this galaxy come from? It's not coming from Big Bang Theory. It has nothing to do with it. Where does it come from? It proves that what we've been told about galaxies, it was a lie. The whole concept and doctrine about Big Bang Theory, it's now being revised. Now it's being reversed because now we're starting to understand there are new galaxies that are forming. Nebula Cloud. People don't understand Nebula Cloud. In a deep space exploration, we got what is called Nebula Cloud. There are clouds that they shape like this. Within these clouds, there's always something that is popping out like cricket. Those are new stars that are getting born.
New stars
from nebula clouds, not from Big Bang Theory. Where does this stars come from? Come from the exploration. Because now we got Nebula Cloud. Nebula Cloud, what germinates the stars from the nebula? Why nebula is not moving? Why Nebula Cloud is not expanding?
It's always one size.
Always
same
one
shape,
size.
Same
it
position.
always does same thing.
In the same position.
Same position. It always germinates new stars. Big Bang Theory has failed to tell us about dark web. There's a dark matter. And the Big Bang Theory says something about dark matter. But now we came to a result that there is always dark matter is a negative matter. Now we result that now there is what is called white matter, of which is a positive matter. It's not coming from the Big Bang as well. That shows that Big Bang is a lie. The theory, the whole concept is a lie. It was made by Lucifer to gain some people, to keep on lying to people. And now we got proof that we got dark matter, which is a negative matter. We got white matter, which is a positive matter. Now we got Nebula Cloud, which germinates stars at all times. Even today, when you focus at deep space, you'll always see new stars coming out. What about Seers 1749? It's a very, very young galaxy. People don't understand what is a galaxy. Galaxy is not a star. We are in Milky Way galaxy. Galaxy has planets and stars on its own. And when we are talking about Seers 17 galaxy, it is a galaxy on its own with its own planets and everything. But that is also new. Babu Dokotela, the whole concept about Big Bang is just a lie.
Life begins with better knowledge and understanding, and knowledge is endless. People must keep on researching. That was Babu Dokotela. Thanks very much, Babu Dokotela.
Thank you very much.
Amandla, the high power, Archangel Raziel, amandla makhulu. Mlaleli, esimene sakho sokuthola umsebenzi sebhizinisi sezezimali. Angithi usunawo umdonso wemali, uthathe ugeze ngawo and command Archangel Raziel power. Konke lokhu ukwenza ngo-11 ebusuku ubone amandla kamoya e-Archangel Raziel esebenzelana nomdonso wemali. Sithinte ku 063 689 8922. Shintsha impilo yakho namhlanje ngomdonso wemali namandla ka-Archangel Raziel.